Good morning, Dr. Trust and fellow classmates. This is Andrew Brophy. It's my pleasure to talk to you today about the research topic that I chose and the research that I conducted. The research topic that I chose has to do with my daily duties as a recruiter or full-time recruiter for the United States Army Recruiting Command, otherwise known as USAREC. My research question was, is social media prospecting a better avenue to use versus the traditional means of prospecting, i.e. telephone calls or cold or hot knocks, which is going to somebody's door basically because you have a name and a number. For years, Recruiting Command has enlisted people using the No Child Left Behind Act, where parents and family members, they can either decide to opt in or opt out. And what that does is it allows the telephone numbers, if you opt in, your telephone number and address to be used on a high school or college list. And if the school receives federal funding, they're mandated to give us the names and the addresses and telephone numbers of what that information that they put in. Well, since new media and the advent of the internet in the 21st century, it is getting harder and harder to find somebody that has a regular house phone that they'll answer. And right now, I think with 13% of people in the United States still use a landline that's connected to their house. Everybody else uses a cell phone. So then last year, since we've started enlisting people into the Army back in 2008, 2005, 6, 7, and 8, these are the people that were on the cusp of being millennials. And they are very savvy with new media, and it gives us the opportunity to learn from them. And they've brought this question up. Social media prospecting is a lot easier. It's a better means and a better return of investment. It's quicker to contact people, and it gives an opportunity to get in front of more people, being that we're in a results-based organization. The data that I researched, I was able to pull from real time over a year's period, which was FY18, fiscal year 2018, which is the month of October, calendar month of October 2017 till October 2018. Those are how our fiscal years run off, and the calendar months are September 2017 to October 2018. Now, with social media just being mandated within a year, we had data in there. There was data that was lead sources that were put in there from the Recruiting Command, and there's also lead sources that are put in there from the NCOs on recruiting duty. For traditional means, I used high school lists, I used ADHQ lists, which is advertising lists, I used college lists, and we also have SASVAB, which is the Armed Forces Vocational Aptitude Battery Tests, and people that were interested in that. And I also took the data from Indeed, for social media, from Indeed, from Facebook, from LinkedIn, anything that had a social media presence, and that what was built in the system and what the recruiters put in, and therefore I was able to correlate that data, which I provided to you, Dr. Trust, and I will provide to you now, class. So for the traditional means, there was 2,900 appointments that were made via the telephone call, either calling a high school list or a college list, or basically having a lead, a number, and a name. Now, out of those 1,900, 1,400 of those people they agreed to an appointment, and then that appointment was conducted. Now, out of that number, 304 people enlisted into the United States Army last year using traditional means of prospecting. Now, take in mind, it's only been a year, and social media, the numbers for social media prospecting, there was 1,100 contacts made, 1,001 appointments made. And out of those appointments that were made, 111 were enlistments. So we have 304 enlistments for the traditional means versus 111 enlistments for social media. Now, the problem that I have, and the more research that I think needs to be done, is out of prospecting that we've done the traditional way, which has been over 40 years, only 304 contracts. Now, 1 year of mandated one day of mandated social media prospecting has led to 104. Now, in 3 years' time, more true data will be able to be researched, and therefore there is a requirement for more research to be done. And this research question should be posed again in 3 years when we have some historical data to go off of. We tend in Recruiting Command to go off of a 3-year historical data that gives us an opportunity to see the ebbs and flow of new personnel coming, people getting ingrained in what they're doing, and then old people leaving. So as new people come and go, we want to make sure that we're taking that into account. So overall, in conclusion, class, on paper, the research shows that traditional means of prospecting lead to a higher yield in contracts versus social media prospecting. It's been a pleasure working with everybody for the last 8 weeks, and good luck with your future endeavors. Thank you.